Good morning, afternoon, evening, YouTubers, and welcome to Pro Se Servant's first YouTube video. The point of Pro Se Servant is to provide assistance and education for everybody out there that wants to represent themselves in court. Pro Se Servant, where justice is not just for lawyers. My name is Jeremy, and if you're watching this, you're probably thinking of representing yourself in court, or maybe you already are. Either way, I want you to know that you're not alone and you're not powerless. And with the right preparation, you can absolutely be effective in court, even without an attorney. Today's video is all about the basics of self-representation, but not in the way that most people think. We're not talking about filing paperwork. We're not talking about legal research and legalese and wherefore and thuses. And today we're focusing on something that's just as important. And that's how to represent yourself, how to dress, how to speak, how you treat others, the etiquette to the opposing people, opposing parties, how you carry yourself when all eyes are on you. Because here's the truth. When you walk into that courtroom representing yourself, your credibility starts before you even open your mouth. Now let's talk about making the right impression, even when you feel nervous or overwhelmed. And here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover what to wear, how to address the judge, how to speak in court, etiquette with opposing parties, common mistakes to avoid, and how to stay calm when the pressure is on. And just so we're clear, broad disclaimer, this is not legal advice. This is just education. I just want to help people that want to represent themselves because they've lost confidence in the justice system. They think that you can only, get justice when you have an attorney because you can afford it. That's what I'm trying to debunk. I want everybody to have access to the legal system. That's why I'm here to help. And remember, every courtroom, every judge, every state might have slightly different rules. So always check with your local court's website or help center whenever it's available. So first, let's start with clothing. You don't need a designer suit to be taken seriously. But you do need to look like you respect this space that you're entering. So this means you're not going to wear hats, no sunglasses, no flip-flops. You're not going to wear t-shirts with slogans on it. You're not going to wear logos on your clothing. If you have something like this where you have a little, for this case, it's Vineyard Vines. If you have a little logo like that, that's fine. But I'm talking, big Nike swooshes and things like that you want to avoid. You're not going to bring loud jewelry, no super heavy cologne. Aim for what you would wear for a professional job interview, a church service on a Sunday, or a formal appointment. You want to look clean, neat, and respectful. That is the goal. You want the judge to focus on what you're saying, not what you're wearing. Second, how do you address the judge? Well, one thing's for certain, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. I don't believe that's what I was trying to articulate, Your Honor. End the sentence with Your Honor. It shows respect, unless the judge tells you otherwise. If the judge tells you don't worry about Your Honor, just judge is fine, then just judge. It's very powerful. Just Your Honor, just respectful. That judge has earned the place to be on that bench, and they're there to help you. So respect it. Never interrupt the judge, even if you disagree. If you feel misunderstood, you disagree, you don't think that's the way the ruling should be, wait your turn to speak. Take notes if you need to, and respond when asked. Number 3, how to speak in court. Aside from speaking to the judge, or just in general. Speak slowly, speak clearly, stick to the facts, and don't let your emotions run the show. The emotions already happened. That's why you're here. Let the words of the papers speak for themselves. Avoid rambling. If you fear yourself getting off track, just pause, breathe, and get back to your point. Even if you have to tell the judge, Your Honor, can I just have a minute to just compose myself? I have my notes here. I just need to find it, and then I can get you that answer. 99% of the time, they're going to let you do that. They have no problem with that because you're also aware that it's a stressful environment and you need a second to compose yourself so that you can narrate your story to the judge. And that's what you need to remember. This is your story. Tell it with composure. But in order to tell it with composure, you have to be composed. So just pause, take a deep breath, or 5, and then get right back onto your point. Etiquette with opposing parties. I put counsel on here, but parties, not even just counsel, because sometimes if somebody else is representing themselves, they are their counsel. So it is opposing party. This might be the hardest part, especially if emotions are high. Family law, cases of fraud where you've been defrauded, allegedly defrauded. But here's the key. The courtroom is not the place for personal attacks. It's not the place for eye rolls. It's not the place for side arguments in the hallway. Never speak directly to the other side unless the judge tells you to. Don't glare, don't scoff, don't chuckle or snicker at something they say. Don't respond with every statement they say that you don't believe is true with "that's not true." Don't interrupt them. Let them have their time. You'll have your time. If you need to correct something that they say that you believe is inaccurate, wait your turn. Speak through the court. There's no reason to be interrupting people because it does nobody any good. You guys don't get anywhere. You guys are just going back and forth, and the judge can't do his job of being neutral and detached and figuring out what to do. If any of that does happen, let them be the ones who lose control. There's no reason for you to get upset and lose the case because you got upset about something that you're having to talk about that's already down in paper. It's a losing battle. So let them be the ones that loses it. The judge notices these things, and it matters. Which brings us to number 5, common mistakes to avoid. So here are some things you should definitely avoid. Show up late. Don't show up late. Do not show up late for your court hearing. Game plan how long it's going to take you to get there and plan accordingly. Give it 30 minutes, give it even an hour before your hearing to show up to the courthouse. Get through security, could be packed. You never know what's going to happen. An accident on the freeway and now you're backed up, and good thing you had that 30-minute buffer because now you're there on time. Don't chew gum in court. Don't bring children. Don't bring loud distractions. Turn your phone off or on silent airplane mode when you go into the courtroom. Do not make a scene. Do not vent about your case on social media. Anything you say can and probably will be used against you in your court case. Social media is huge in court cases. Why? It's easily authenticated, meaning the judge can easily accept that into evidence to use for or against you. So be very careful about posting on social media. Also, never ignore or pretend you didn't hear something the court said. If you didn't hear something, ask for reiteration of what was spoken. Ask for clarification on what the judge wants you to do, whether it's preparing an order, refiling a complaint, anything. Don't argue with what the judge is saying. Just ask for clarification. And finally, never try to be a lawyer if you're not a lawyer. Just be credible, respectful, and clear. Which brings us to number 6. You're not a lawyer. So it's understandable. You might feel nervous, and that's perfectly okay. You might feel angry, and that's perfectly okay too. But when it's time to speak, I want you to remember that you belong in that courtroom. You have every right to be there. And nobody, not even the judge, expects you to be perfect. Just be honest, prepared, and respectful. That is how you earn your right to be there with the court. Honest, prepared, and respectful. That will carry much more weight than legal jargon ever could. And so which brings me to my final recap is I just want to go over everything with you. So what did we discuss? We discussed dress like you respect the process. Call the judge your honor unless he says otherwise. Speak very clearly. Stay composed. Never argue with the opposing side. always carry yourself with professionalism and dignity, and to stay calm. Easier said than done, but in essence, to stay calm and collected during your arguments with opposing counsel, the opposing party, the judge. And remember, the way that you show up says just as much as what you have to say. Let me say it again. The way you show up says just as much as what you say. And so I want to leave you all with this. You didn't go to Harvard. You didn't go to Stanford. You didn't go to Yale Law. You don't have law degrees. You may not even have a degree at all. You might not have ever graduated high school. But you know that you belong in that courtroom. You do have a voice. You don't need a law degree to go to court. You have the right to be heard. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Not a lawyer, not a clerk, not even your own fear. There is nothing that you cannot achieve if you believe that you have a right to do something. That's the end of the story. This journey is not easy, but you are capable of representing yourself in court. And my mission as pro se servant is to help you every step of the way. And so with that being said, I want to leave this video here, and I hope this video helped you understand how to represent yourself in court. And if this did help you, or even if you found it interesting, or you think someone else might think this video is amazing, and hey, you're going to court next week, I think you should check out this guy's ideas. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. I plan on doing a video like this 2 to 3 times a month. With that being said, I need content. I need you, the people, to tell me what you want to see. Do you want to see, how to file a complaint? What do I need to include in a complaint? What's the best practice for doing things like this? What is jurisdiction? What is long-arm jurisdiction? What is all of this stuff that I need to figure out? I have this problem for fraud. What do I do? What are the guidelines for fraud? What are the prongs of fraud? What is all this different stuff? So in the comments, I just want you guys to go ahead and just do 3 things. Add 3 things to a single comment. I want you to put where you're from, or where your issue is taking place, where you're thinking about filing, things like that. That gives me the ability to go ahead and research that area a little bit. So in that way, hopefully, if I pick your comment to do a video on, I'll have a much better understanding of what I'm getting into. What problem you're facing: eviction, family law, fraud, civil complaint, criminal. This channel isn't really going to focus on criminal. We're mostly going to stay on the civil side. And then 3, what do you want to see from a channel like this? Do you want to see, on our website, the fact that, we have a partnership with Lexis Plus, and it would be great for me to do introductory videos on how to do legal research? I would love to do that. So I want you to go ahead and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And let me know in the comments exactly what we just talked about. And together, we are building legal confidence, one step, one video at a time. And that is my mission as pro se servant. That justice is not just for lawyers. And I want you to feel confident enough to go get that justice. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.